Sage Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. I wish you could see what I see, but I don't show my view is when I look out the window here, wherever I'm parked, because I don't want people to be able to identify the places that I park and therefore ambush me. So, just part of my little bit of paranoia I have about trying to keep my location on the DL. But at any rate, yeah, I wanted to talk about the making of my music video, You're a Communist. And so what I'm really talking about here is my experience at the Patriot Prayer Rally in Portland on August 4th, 2018. And, you know, when I parked my car, I was looking for a good place to park where my car wouldn't get damaged, but would be really close in case I needed to escape, or in case I needed to get to the firearm that was stashed in my vehicle. So I was really thinking about that when I parked, not thinking about what side of the road the factions were on or who was who. I was just, you know, I arrived in downtown Portland, I parked my car, I got out, I started walking down the nearest sidewalk. And it didn't take a second until I realized that I was being surrounded by Antifa. Antifa was everywhere. There was one over here, one over there. And they start, you know, yelling things at me because, you know, I'm wearing this t-shirt. And that they start saying things to me, and they start raising their eyebrows and giving me that look, like that one girl with that sourpuss look, like, you're wearing a flag on your shirt, you're a fascist. And I hadn't said anything. I was just walking down the street, just an old man with a cane and a couple of boys walking down the street. And they just started treating me that way. And I felt like if I had been a weaker man and I hadn't had my two friends with me, that they would have been, you know, getting in my face and spitting in my face and yelling at me, because there was just that much hate. I could feel it. I could just feel the hate. And I stuck my chest out and I started walking, and I got a cocky attitude. And it kind of reminded me of Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor in the prison movie they did together. And they're getting thrown into jail for the first time, and they're trying to make sure everyone is afraid of them. So they start strutting, and he teaches Gene Wilder, a white guy, how to strut. And then when they walk in the jailhouse, they're going, "That's right, that's right, we bad. That's right, we bad." That's just the mode I went into. I was cracking my own self up, like, that's right, we bad. You know, because I was surrounded by Antifa, but I really wasn't scared. You know, in the comedy bit, those folks were scared. I wasn't scared a bit. It was righteous indignation. I couldn't believe I was walking down the street in the United States of America with a flag on my shirt, and it was provoking this kind of behavior out of people that were children to me. Okay, so I was a youth pastor. I raised children. I'm a father. All right? I'm a distinguished older gentleman. And to be treated that way on the streets of the United States of America made me so mad, I'm just about ready to break my coffee cup right here just talking about it. How dare they? It's a little thing called respect. So when I would encounter people like that, I got real arrogant and cocky. And I was daring them to mess with me. And when I walked up behind the sign there where all of the Antifa were beating their drums and shouting about the Proud Boys in the video that you see called You're a Communist, I might have looked like I was having fun, and I kind of was, because I just felt so superior to all of them. I really did just feel like a teacher in a room full of willful children, and it was just a matter of which one was going to get a spanking first. I am old school, what can I say? Can you see me turning one of them little twigs over my knee and spanking their butts right in front of God and everyone? They're lucky they didn't mess with me. I'm the kind of man that doesn't exist anymore, and they just don't understand. There's a few of us left, but they don't get it, and I'm just a shadow of the kind of men who actually fought real Nazis. And when you call people Nazis and claim to be a Nazi fighter, shame on you. Shame on you, Antifa. Because you are defiling the memory of real men who laid their lives on the line to make sure that fascist, Nazi, genocidal maniacs didn't take control of this earth. And we, the people you are disrespecting, the man that you are disrespecting, I'm their children. I'm the ones that was raised right under their hand. Those strong, real men who fought for America and died, many of them. And those that survived were the best of the best. The toughest of all men. So you little twigs, you don't know who you're dealing with. And there are many men still alive like me, and we raise sons too. So there's another generation to deal with this future group of fascists, because Antifa is a fascist organization, because it's totalitarian. I mean, that's really what the ultimate definition of fascism is controlling. They want to control everything. It's dominance with a strong fist over other people. So when I hit that corner, I was filled with righteous indignation, and I did not appreciate being disrespected, and I was just begging somebody to step over the line and disrespect me enough so that I felt justified in defending myself. But I just couldn't get a taker. I just couldn't get a buyer. You know, one time I had an altercation. I was in a band, and I won't get into the details of that. I'll save that for a story time. But when it was over, it was one of those deals where 3 men threatened to whip my butt, and I stood up to all 3 of them and dared them to do it, and none of them would take a swing. And I just walked in circles while they stood there looking at each other like, who's going to go first? Who's going to go first? And none of them had the guts to go first. And then they ran off and told the teacher. They went and told the band leader I threatened them. Well, they were threatening me, and I was daring them to do it. Okay, then do it. You're not going to shout me down and threaten me with violence. And so they ran off and got the teacher, and when they came back and all this stuff, and I went to a third-party observer after it was all over, and I was like, you know, I didn't yell at them. I just stuck my chest out and started speaking like this and refused to be, walked on. And I talked like that, but I never yelled. What is it? And he said, well, what you don't understand, Sage, is you're intimidating. When you something happens, like you're just like this little guy, and everybody likes you, and you're just friendly. But when you turn, you blow up. You get 6 inches taller. Your chest sticks out, and you just seem like a giant. And quite frankly, most people just crap down their leg. This is not a coffee talk. I'm just having coffee while we talk because it's early. But, when I made that video and I'm dancing around with them, it's really, I'm so just messing with them. I mean, I'm just messing with them and messing with their mind, and they don't know what to think. You look around, they're like, is he marching with us? Or is he marching against us? Or what? But I'm pointing at each one. I'm like, you're a communist. Yeah, you're a communist. Woohoo, you're a communist. And the thing is, I dance around my living room when I watch these things on TV and do that because I'm a musician. And so everything's rhythmic and it's all about the drums and the bass. Know what I'm saying? And so when they get that rhythm going, da, 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 no justice, no peace. You're a communist. No justice, no peace. You're a commie. Whatever. Whatever their chant is, there's a breath. They got to take a breath, and I'm waiting to insert myself, and I can be heard in that moment. That's the beauty of being a musician and understanding my part in a band. And that's why I get heard, even though I'm playing with louder guitar players, is that they got to stop for a second and take a break. And when they do, I'll throw a lick in. And they're like, hey, I'm back here. I'm a keyboard player. Look at me. And so that's kind of what I did to these people in their own ranks. And it was funny to me. I'm sorry. The reason I look like I'm having fun is because I'm kind of humiliating them in my own kind of big brain sort of way. And I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Like it was a lot of fun. Because these people are ruining our country. And I'm not going to sit by and let them do it anymore. And I think I'm probably going to go to every one of these and act exactly the same way. Although I think next time I'll probably wear full body armor. I was trying to be discreet. I did have a steel plate in my backpack. That's why I was carrying that backpack. That's all that was in there was a first aid kit, 2 trauma or what they call blowout kits for gunshot victims, and a steel plate big enough to cover my vital organs in the back of that backpack. Kind of discreet and on the DL. But next time I might get a full set of soft body armor that can stop handguns and knives, because I think down there that's the main thing you gotta worry about is knives. I need some Spectra, some stuff like that. But anyway, it's been a long ramble, but yeah, I had fun making that little video. There's more going on there than you understand when you look at it, I think, but maybe this gave you some insight onto the making of The music video, you're a communist. God save our republic.